Okay, so I'm going to go and look for a new stream.
Okay, hold on. I'm seeing it. Now it's receiving data. But Amy, I'm telling you, I think our connection's going to be terrible. Okay, we're live. Hey, what's up? Silverwolf. You ready to go up there, Miss Amy?
I sure am, but I don't see it.
Okay. Hello. You're live, Amy.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Oh, Silverwolf,
Okay,
we're late, my friend.
I'm going to go look for the new stream.
Okay.
And then, because I didn't get a notification, this is very weird. Very weird.
Well, you know, YouTube has been messing up
I haven't got the notification, right?
Yeah, YouTube's been messing up. Hey, Ellie. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Great Dirtbag, what's up? Hey, James Warback.
Okay, let's see if I can get in here now. Okay, this is live.
Yep, we're live.
Let's see if we can get the folks over here. Elle is here. And Silverwolf, James Rohrback, Dangerous Freedom, the Great Dirtbag.
Yeah, right? Great Dirtbag.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Dirtbag?
Sorry, guys. We've had some technical difficulties. Somewhat to be expected.
I don't know about y'all,
Let's
but
see if we can get
man, YouTube
over
has
here
been
from the other stream.
YouTube has been really hard today. Like,
We'll give them a few minutes to get in here.
man, I put up a couple of trailer videos for this one this morning, and they were not available, and they weren't available for hours. And I started looking, and other people were complaining about the same thing. What's up, James?
Right.
Dangerous Freedom,
It's
Ellie.
It's been a long day playing on YouTube trying to get this stuff figured out for Watchful.
I know,
He's
right?
told me about it.
Yeah, man. I've been
So
going all
hello,
morning.
everybody, and welcome. Okay, let's see if we can get a sound check. Tell us if the music is too loud, or just tell us what you think. If the music is too loud, let us know. I'm gonna wait for your feedback here. I'm following the chat here on this tablet.
And I am... I'm changing the...
And you are chilling.
I am chilling. Silverwolf, Ellie, Dangerous Freedom, James. Tazilligag.
Okay.
Tazilligagel. Right on,
What is
man.
that? Is that how you say that?
I don't know how you say that.
I'm just gonna call you Ty. What's up, Ty?
Or Tasmanian Devil.
Until I figure out how to say it. Okay, we got Jeff in the house. Welcome, Jeff. Welcome, Jeff. Okay, we might want to turn the music down just a little bit. Thanks,
Okay.
James. Silverwolf said he likes the echo.
Right on, dude. I like the echo too.
Okay. So this is awesome. Thank you guys for coming. We are very excited to be here with you guys. We've been talking about doing this for the last several months. We've gone live a few times on Watchful's channel, and we decided that tonight we would go live on Patriot Lounge. So
Yeah.
Dangerous Freak says it sounds like I'm in a tunnel.
Well,
Do I
hey.
sound like I'm in a tunnel?
I don't know. You sound fine to me. What do you guys think? I think Amy sounds fine, right? But you know what? A lot of the audio thing is going to be on users' ends too. So we'll see. Let's wait and get more feedback, man. we'll let the users tell us, what we need to adjust. It'll take about 20 seconds or so, and then we'll be back in business. But thanks for coming to the stream tonight, guys. I appreciate you at the premiere. Go ahead, Miss Amy.
Shout out to my girl L1978. Love you, sis. Praying for you. Hope everything is going well for you, doll. Yeah, they're saying I have got a little echo. So, guys, this is gonna be interesting as we work out the kinks. We hope you guys will bear with us. I'm sure we will still have a good time, though, right?
Hell yeah.
As always, it's always a good time with you guys.
Always. Audio. What I've learned in my little experience with this streaming is that audio is a lot more difficult to nail down than the video. And it's always been, it's kind of interesting, how we can get it to work, right? Like the music and the voices and different things. It's challenging, but I appreciate y'all's feedback and letting us know once we get it right. You know what I mean?
So what I'm wondering right now is, because I'm seeing quite a few people here, but I'm not seeing everybody that was over in the other chat. So I'm wondering if they're still there, like Grillin, DM, Fred, Simone.
Well, Simone's
Greg,
here now.
Fluid Pour Out by Greg.
Simone's here, and your mom is here, and Jeff is here, and James Rohrback is here. Okay, so some people are coming over. Okay. What's up, Simone? Wondering when you'd start.
I'm not seeing Grillin. There's Susie. Hey, Mom. So for anyone who doesn't know by now, which I'm sure it's probably like old news, but Susie Q is my mom. So shout out to my mom. Hey, Mama.
Right on, Miss Susie.
She was actually here with us this time last week, and we had a blast.
Absolutely.
It was a good time.
It was really a pleasure meeting you.
So where's Grillin? Somebody.
It was an honor. Really.
Simone. I wonder if Simone could head over back to the other. Is the other live still going on? That's what I want to know. I mean, not the other live, but the everybody
preview
was
window.
In that chat before the live was going to start. So I'm wondering if they're still there. What's up, Raggedy Man? So yeah, I'm just going to shout out to everybody. We've got L1978, James, Rohrback, Silver Wolf, Susie Q, Jeff, Brando, Simone Ellis, Dangerous Freedom. Who else do we have in here? Oh, Ty Zilligal. That one's interesting. That one's a tongue twister.
Let's call him Taz.
Okay, Jeff just said that the other stream still has folks over there hanging out in the chat, so we're gonna have to
we got to round those
get them on
peeps
over
up.
here.
What do you say, Simone? Can you get out your lasso, and because you're one of the posse, and go over there and lasso those cats and bring them over here? It's like herding cats. It's okay.
I'm sure she can. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Oh, Ty. I'm just gonna call him Ty.
No, he says
we can call him 420.
I know, right?
So once we get everybody here, we can get things started, get the party started.
Thank you, Simone. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sim. Thank you, Sim. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're missing a few people that were over there, and so we'll have to figure that out for next week, right? Watchful.
Yeah, well, for Friday. Not even next week.
For Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Friday morning, Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
John Hook, welcome.
What's up, John?
Welcome, John Hook. John Hook is a longtime Patriot Hour friend.
Sweet.
Thank you for coming over, John. Appreciate you being here.
Right on, John.
And John also hangs out also over at American Joe's. So
right on.
Awesome to see him here with us. And let's see. Looks like who we're missing? We're missing Sabretooth, Cat, Birdsong. He must be over in the other chat with Grillin'. They're probably having a party over there.
Dangerous Freedom says he likes drinking with good company. Me too, my man. I like good company. That's why you're here.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Cheers to the first ever Patriot Lounge live.
I know, right? Cool.
This is awesome.
Me and Miss Amy have been talking about this for a minute now. I mean, about doing this, and we've been kind of working on it, and getting things and doing testing and stuff. And unfortunately, like the day that we chose to do this, I ran out of my big internet bandwidth, so I'm using my little internet bandwidth, and it's storming like crazy here. So. But even despite all those obstacles, we're going to overcome it, and we're going to keep on trucking, and it's all going to be good. Is that right, Miss Amy?
So we will. Yes, that's right. So next week we're actually going to be moving this show over to Monday night. So
back
country living its finest.
You guys still see us?
Somebody said no video. Someone says, let's see here, caught in a loop, buffering here.
Yeah, that's the video crashed the network crashed for a minute. So it's working on it. Amy, what?
You know what, you guys? You just have to laugh. You can either laugh or cry. And I'm just going to choose to laugh.
Let's laugh.
Is funny. We will talk about this later on down.
I lost your audio, Amy.
John Hook said refresh worked for him.
Yes. Give that a shot. Well, while we're doing this, why don't we... Let's put Amy... We'll let Amy be on the solo screen. There you go, Miss Amy.
Oh, lovely.
So, Amy, while the internet is still up for us, why don't you tell the users about what you would like us to achieve here with the Patriot Lounge?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure because I just yapped. I just talked like for a few minutes there, and I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard anything I said.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know if I was here or if I was stuck in the buffer zone.
I don't know.
Call it the buffer zone. I get stuck in the buffer zone all the time, so it's nothing new for me. But yeah, so I'm not sure what anybody heard. So, so do you have any idea?
About what?
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can get Chad up.
I was talking about. Okay. Well, what I was talking about before I was stuck in the buffer zone, I was Monday night. Monday night will be one of our regular time slots. We're gonna come on Monday night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be on right after the American Joe show. So any of y'all who hang out over at American Joe's after his show, you can just come on over and hang out with us. We'll be like the after party.
Yeah.
Sounds fun, right?
Absolutely.
So I know a lot of these guys hang out over there at American Joe's. Tuesday nights is a very busy night here on YouTube at least in this little community of Patriots that we have. So we decided that we will move our show next week to Monday nights. And then you can also catch us Fridays at noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing the afternoon buzz here on Patriot Lounge. A lot of you guys have been joining us for that. We've been having a really good time. So we will be doing that this Friday at noon here on Patriot Lounge. So hope to see you guys there. I'm going to go ahead and peek in here on the chat and see who's here. Hey, Jervis. Oh,
Amy, I can't.
James has.
Miss Amy, I can't even see chat. My chat disconnected, so.
Okay.
So greet the people. They can hear me.
Grillin said there's still a bunch of people in the other chat. What's up, Sabertooth Bird Cat? Let me see. Let me get caught up here on the chat and see who's hanging with us. We want to welcome DM as one of our moderators. DM is awesome. She moderates for many, many channels, and she is one of the best out there. And I've actually learned a lot from you, DM, as a moderator, for sure. James Rohrbeck. He's an awesome guy. Know him
right
from
on.
the Patriot Out. And who else? We've got Fred. Fred's not here right now, but I'm sure he'll be back. And Simone.
Thank you, mods. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are outstanding.
So basically, you got okay, there's grilling. So for Patriot Lounge, we really want to have like an open floor as far as discussion goes. We don't want to limit our discussions to just simply politics. You know, we want to be able to talk about a vast array of things. So a lot of times what we'll probably do is go to the chat and ask you guys what you want to talk about. And then we will open up the phone lines also, and we want you guys to call in. We want to have a segment of our show be called Meet the Patriots, and that's just going to be where you guys, the Patriots, call in, talk about what you want to talk about. Tell us about yourself if you want to. If there's anything that's, you know, on your mind concerning you, you know, whatever it is, we just want to have an open dialogue, open floor. And then we also want to highlight certain channels. So we're hoping that for the show next week on Monday night, that we're actually going to be spotlighting or highlighting another channel. So we don't know who our special guest will be yet. That is still in the works, but stay tuned for that. What do you think, Watchful?
I think that's great, and I think you hit all the important points. You know, I had mentioned this before, Amy, about, you know, how bars and taverns and inns have been so important for the gathering of patriots in our country, especially during the revolutionary periods of time. And we're kind of like in some very, very heavy-duty stuff right now, and we kind of need places like this on the internet where we can gather and talk and work out solutions to the problems that we have in the world, or in the U.S. first and then the world eventually. So that was kind of what I was thinking, like with regard to the Patriot Lounge, you know, is getting to know you guys, networking with you, building a strong community, and let's see if we can hash out, you know, corrective measures that we can take collectively to help move our agenda ahead, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to move our agenda ahead, and I'm sure all of you guys are like-minded patriots, just like Amy and I are, and I know you are, in fact, or you wouldn't be here. So
right.
That's what I think. but I think that it's important for us to network and get together in a relaxed, casual environment, and not stressed out, no particular agenda, just whatever on the table for that day. Because Amy, tell me if I'm wrong, but there are just so many things going on in these last years, since Donald J. Trump got elected. I mean, every day it's something else, and it's bigger and bigger and bigger, and I can't even keep my head on. What do you think?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's pretty crazy, and there's so many things that were once considered conspiracies that are now being brought into the light, and they're now they're no longer conspiracies. So another idea that we've had for the show is choosing one night during the week, which we haven't actually determined the night yet. But what we want to do is have a night where we actually premiere a video. And what I want to do is call it Red Pill Replay. And so we're going to play a video, and we'll have a live chat during this time when we're playing this video. And the idea is that we can share videos with each other that are important, videos that maybe red pilled us. One video, probably one of the first videos that we're going to watch, is a video that was sent to me by one of our mods, James Rohrbeck. He sent me a video that was called The Second American Revolution, and it's by a channel called Where We Go One, We Go All, and it's an amazing video. So I think it's a video that would be awesome to share with everybody. I feel like everybody should watch it. So
and Amy,
we're going to choose.
I'm looking forward to doing that. And what were you going to call that? What was the name you came up with? Remember we were talking earlier.
I wanted to Red Pill Replay. Okay. But then I also thought it would be fun if at least once a month, or maybe even sooner than that, maybe more frequent than that. We could have it. We could have our loungers, which I'm calling y'all loungers, because you're in the Patriot Lounge now. So we'll have it be the loungers pick. And so you guys will essentially pick the video that we watch. So you can email us, patriotloungeofficial@gmail.com. Send the video that you feel you would like us to watch, or actually you could just send the title. That might be easier, and then we can go back and check it out. And then once we check out the video, then we will choose what video we play that week, and it'll be kind of like a surprise, like whose video got picked to play for the Red Pill Replay, and it'll be lounger's pick. So that's another idea that I thought would be fun. I thought you guys would enjoy. What do you think?
I like it.
With the chat.
Amy, we had alluded to this a few times. You're a recently awoke person within the last year. Up until then, you were quote unquote a blue pilled person. I've been a red pill person for 20 years, so I've amassed a lot of. No. Do you know what?
Definitely not a blue. I guess to me, a blue pilled person would be a liberal.
Well, no, that's not how I see a blue pill. My version of a blue pill is someone who is not aware to the facts of things going on. Regardless, I see what I call blue pill people as people that just go through life like I used to go through life, not knowing about the deep state, not knowing about false flags, not knowing about corruption in our government and in the world. So to me, a blue pilled person is nothing to do with politics. It has to do with your depth and knowledge of understanding of real events versus what you think is real. Okay? It's nothing to do with politics.
Okay.
To me, blue pill, red pill is nothing to do with politics. To me, blue pill is what. To me,
really?
Yeah. If you go to the Matrix, right? I hate to use this as an example, but it's so repropos. Is that the guy, before he got quote unquote red pilled, when he was eating a steak, he was eating a steak and he thought it was a steak. But when he got red pilled, that steak was no longer a steak. It was like a bowl of oatmeal. Okay. Nobody wants to eat oatmeal all the time because steak is gone. So a lot of these people choose to stay blue-pilled because they can eat steak in the blue-pilled world, but in the red-pilled world, you're eating oatmeal, right? So in my way of thinking, it's nothing to do with politics at all. Red pill, blue pill is nothing to do with politics. It's basically a switch that gets turned on that says, oh, wow, 9/11 was a false flag, and we haven't been told the truth. Oh, my gosh. The Gulf of Tonkin event that started us invading Vietnam was a false flag we did on ourselves, right? Which is a fact, right? The deep state, people used to say, oh, conspiracy theory, deep state, right? Well, lo and behold, here we are today, and it's real. It's real. We do have you can see them trying to overthrow the presidency and the office of the president for the last 2 years, right? You see this. Everybody should be able to see it now. But that's to me the difference right there, Amy, is, it's me and you going through our regular life. We go to work, we work our 9 to 5, we come home, we eat our dinner, we watch a little TV on the tube, we go to bed, and it's rinse and repeat, right? And we do that for a number of years, 10, 15, 20 years, right? So that's my that's how I think about
this whole time. So here this whole time I thought that the red pill was the right side, the blue pill was the left side. Am I wrong?
Yeah, well that's just that. See, the thing of it is that we get hung up on colors, right? And we associate the blue with the Democrat and the red with the conservative, right? And I think that's false. I don't think that's the way to look at it, right? Because if you're blue pilled, if you think you're blue pilled, and today, like an example, like we see the Democrats as socialists, a step away from full blown communism, right? But I'm not saying you're a communist because you go and you're a hardworking American and you put in your 40, 50, 60 hour a week. You come home, you eat your dinner, and you go to bed and you rinse and repeat, right? You're just not aware to some of the intricacies of the things that's actually gone on, right? That doesn't mean you're a bad person because you're a blue-pilled person. That means you're a normal person who just hasn't embraced the reality of the truth of what we see, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Well,
does that make sense? Does it make sense to the audience? Or does it make sense to you?
I think DM said she thought the same thing I did. So who here thinks?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm sharing my ideas on how I see the differentiation between red pill, blue pill, quote unquote. But what do you guys think? I mean, that's I'm interested to know.
Let's ask. Yeah, I am too. So when you hear red pill, blue pill, do you think, like me, that the red pill was the right and the blue pill was the left?
Yeah, what's your opinions on that, guys?
We'll see what they say. The other thing is, I saw a couple people. Let me see if I can find who it was. I think it might have been Grillin. Error. What's up, Error? What's up, buddy? He said I'm black pill. That he's black pill. And then I think someone else had mentioned something about black pill. I want to say it was Grillin. What's up, Grillin? Thanks for being here tonight, buddy. I think Grillin might have said it, but
the people want me to play some tunage. So go ahead, Amy. I'm going to try to do some
tunage.
They want some tunage. I turned that off for a minute.
Yeah.
He's like, what kind of pill do we need to get watchful to play some tunes? Here we go. But I want you guys to be able to hear Amy over this, though.
Yeah. Well, they can let us know. So to me, first of all, can you hear me over the music? Or does the music need to go down? Let us know if the music needs to go down or if it's good. Let's see what the chat says. Okay. So
hey, Robert Wallace
says that the red pill. What's up, Robert? What's up, Robert? Robert Wallace is awesome. If you guys aren't subbed to him, you should go sub him right now because he is like the guy that you can chill with when he goes live. You can just chill with Robert. It's good times. And he plays the shovel.
But Amy,
I brag on you all the time, Robert.
we need to get these guys telling us what their idea of the red pill, blue pill thing is. But again,
so
my point about that, though, is that it's yet again another label, okay? It's another label, a red pill, blue pill. It's these, and you know how I hate the labels, but we have to use them from time to time, right? Because to try to relate to people's understanding of what we're talking about.
Thanks, John. John Hook said, "Turn it up. We can still hear you."
Okay. Okay. Right on, dude. We will go as loud as you can bear.
Much love. Okay. That's just hysterical. Okay, let me. What's up, Ravenfly?
Ravenfly.
Ravenfly. What's up, dude? Thank you for joining us. Ravenfly said, "I took my red pill, wasn't so good. Led to the same as the blue. And then I tried the black pill, and well, it's just black. I found my clown pill, and the world hasn't looked funnier." That is super interesting. Super interesting. Yeah, James said black pill is a channel. So to me, I thought that the black pill was like the pill of doom. Like, you know, you take the black pill and you just think there's no hope for the world. But that's just my interpretation of what that means. Let me see what the chat's saying.
I'm watching what they're saying.
Grillin's headbanging. Be careful, Grillin. You might have a sore neck tomorrow.
What's up, Bill Show?
Days.
Welcome, my man.
What's up, Bill? So, Dangerous Freedom said that the black pill is a more extreme pill.
Is it really? And see, I had a different understanding of
that's
black pill altogether. But again, you know what? Here we are creating labels and putting ourselves inside of these boxes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dangerous Freedom. You're sweet. He said, "You're great, Amy." Yeah, that's all I need to know. Air said, "Red, white, and blue pill for Greg." Let's see. Okay. I'm serious. I seriously want to know what everybody thinks about this. Okay, the Great Dirtbag says he agrees with you. He said it makes perfect sense to him, what you said. Saber-toothed cat bird song. He is taking a different type of something. You know how saber-toothed is. He's on a level of all on his own. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get to the bottom of this. Red pilled. Ty. I'm calling him Ty. That's the first letters of his name because I can't pronounce the whole thing. He said he was red pilled 30 years ago. Red pilled when ministry, maybe he means he went into the ministry, came out with New World Order. Wait, red pill when ministry came out with New World Order, woke up about 30 years ago.
Let's try something a little easier.
Okay, so Grillin agrees with you. He said red pill is aware of what is going on, whereas blue pill is still asleep.
Right. Dangerous Freedom,
he hates pills. The Bill Show said he's moshing in his living room right now.
What's up, Disabled Vet?
Flashback to the 90s. Hello, Disabled Vet. Welcome. Let me see here.
Yeah, Susie, red pill comes from the Matrix. That's where that whole term comes from. Right?
Yes, Mom, have you watched that movie? You and I are gonna have to watch that movie together.
Absolutely,
hey,
Amy. There's a trilogy now, Amy. It's the Matrix trilogy. There's like 3 of them now, but it's cool. Miss Amy is away from the desk. It looks like. I don't know how we doing. I'm trying. We've got like a bad storm going on here, y'all. Welcome back, Miss Amy.
You're back.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I decided to take advantage of the buffer zone that I was stuck in.
Actually, the network crashed.
So I went and did it? Okay. So I went for a little intermission.
Great.
Little intermission.
So I lost contact with the chat, but it seems like I would say a lot of people agree with me, Amy, about with regard to the red pill, blue pill thing. So it's not to do nothing with, Democrats and Republicans or conservatives or liberals. It's more about being awake and being asleep, whether so.
So this is why I love this, because you guys always teach me something. So for those of you who were not hanging out with us on Friday for the afternoon buzz, I was talking about how I was hesitant to even want to do a YouTube channel or do anything like this because of the fact that I am so in the dark about a lot of things, because of the fact that I am newly awakened. I've only been awake really for a year now, just over a year, and so to think about being put on the spot, especially live, being asked questions about what I think about this or what I think about that, and sometimes I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea what we're talking about, which really I'm just going to use it as an opportunity to grow. So there's a lot of things that I'm uneducated on. There's a lot of things that I don't understand, and so what's cool is that Watchful Warrior is pretty much the opposite of me, and he pretty much seems to know everything.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Well, maybe not everything.
Not everything.
But I mean, he's very knowledgeable about a lot of topics. I think that anybody who hangs out around Watchful Warrior long enough, you realize that he's very knowledgeable about a lot of things. So. Well,
thank you, Amy. That's
a
compliment.
I'm learning.
No doubt. Appreciate
you.
But you know what?
So
I mean, that's the thing, right? For me, how I am is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I do the best I can at coaxing people over to the water hole and, seeing if they're interested in taking a drink. Some people don't want to. I mean, remember, the kind of things that we're offering is these people are eating filet mignon steaks, and I'm offering them a bowl of oatmeal to wake them up. And it's hard to get people to wake up like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just hard. So I don't force anybody. Right. I try to, stack what I know to make things make sense to people. And I try to relate to people and understand where they're coming from too, because I think it's important that you don't come on people gangbusters, right? People can only absorb so much stuff, right? And this is some heavy topics that we get into. And a lot of people, they just don't want to know, or it's just too much for them to take. I can't tell you how many times I actually had to walk away because I couldn't believe what I just realized. My head exploded. You know what I mean? I had to actually leave because it was so bad. And I'm sure all of our audience members have had that kind of a feeling too. Like, this is way too much for me to deal with right now. Right? Have you gotten that feeling, Amy?
Oh, yeah. I would say that after I was initially red-pilled, when I really woke up and the reality of what was going on pretty much just kind of chilled me to the bone. And I would say it's been recently since I came back into wanting to know more. So I kind of went into a little cycle or stages where I couldn't get enough, and it was just video. I would watch a video after video after video, and my mind was pretty much blown. And then I kind of got a little bit burnt out to where it was just okay. And I had to kind of take a step back, and then I was not watching videos at all. And now I'm back to where, I'm like back to where I want to get back into, watching videos and learning more. But yeah, it's like you can only digest so much at once.
Yes, exactly. And that's my point. I mean, people need to break because they need to, after you learn a big piece of knowledge, you have to rationalize that in your head for a good little bit and kick it around,
Yeah.
Just situate it in your mind so it makes sense. So then you can make room for more stuff. But during that situational process, you can't really absorb anything else. The stuff just goes in one ear and out the other until you can, get what you just learned squared in your head and you can understand it. And now you understand how it relates to your future and your past and your present, right? But that's
Right.
a lot. And there's a lot of people that, honestly, Amy, they're just not that deep. They would rather
Right.
not know. They just would rather not know because it's too much for them to deal with.
Yeah, you're spot on with that. Error, also known as 2B, I'll probably call him 2B forever. He said, Watchful Warrior, you and Amy the Mod are so very beautiful and down to earth. I will forever love you.
Oh,
We love you, Error.
We love you too, my man. Appreciate you.
So sweet, you guys. Hello, Pete. Pete the Patriot is in the house.
Oh, right on. I can't see anybody's chat because my chat blew up and it's gone now.
Oh my gosh, Jared Freeman. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. I've seen him over at, I used to see you over at L's, Jared. And then I think you started working, you were working a lot of hours, so I didn't see you at L's too much. And then I saw you pop up over at American Joe's, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's Jared. And now you're over here, so welcome. I'm glad to have you with us.
Yeah, welcome, my man.
So awesome. Why don't we... How do you think that the phone lines will work tonight, Watchful?
Lordy. That's a good question, Amy. We're going to try it, though, right? You know what? It's storming here so bad, I'm even surprised we're even able to get out with what we got, to be honest. But we will. I do have my phone line plugged in. Let me put up the call-in number.
You can say me. Yeah, go ahead. Put that number up.
I'm going to put that number up.
If anybody wants to call in and chat with us. You can. He can blame me because I'm the one who. Last week, after we did our show on Tuesday night, it was a week ago tonight. Michael from the Patriot Hour, he was hanging out with us for a little while, and that was awesome. And then he had sent me a message the next day and asked me if we wanted to come on his show, which is like, how can you turn that down? It's the Patriot Hour.
I know, right?
But while I'm on that subject, the Patriot Hour did get copyright strikes, I believe, for something so minute and stupid. Like, it's really ridiculous. Anyway, he lost his right to go live on the Patriot Hour. So sub to the Patriot Tech. That is their backup channel.
Absolutely.
So sub to the Patriot Tech. That when they go live, because when they do go live, they'll be going live from Patriot Tech.
Well, Miss Amy, I have the number up on the screen right now.
Okay.
I've got my speaker on.
Awesome.
So let us hope that our newly revised system can work. Can you hear me still? Oh, what happened? I don't hear Amy anymore. Amy, I don't hear you no more. What happened? What happened to Miss Amy? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're still coming through my phone, my man. Who's on the line with us tonight?
This is Grillin.
Grillin, what's up, my man? How are you tonight?
Oh, just hanging, watching you guys, enjoying the evening.
Right on.
Well, what I president or whoever, and they said, well, it doesn't really matter. They're all crooked. So kind of everybody for the longest time has been kind of sort of on the edge of knowing things weren't right.
Yeah.
We all had this idea that things were wrong, and it just took, well, this was Donald Trump, and that to really red pill everybody over the edge to where you say, all right. And for me, it was about a year and a half ago when I went down the rabbit hole and started looking into stuff for myself and went, well, I'll be darned.
Yeah, man. Wow, Grillin, I mean, the whole red pill, blue pill topic is hard. And you know what? I keep on talking. I've lost audio with Miss Amy. So you keep talking, and I'm going to try to connect us so you can hear her.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, and as far as the red pill, blue pill, to me, the red pill is
It's off.
you're awake. You have a clue of what's happening. You know that, things are...
Can you hear us, Miss Amy? Can you hear Grillin?
As they look. Excuse me?
Keep talking, Grillin.
I can hear you, but you can't hear me. Is that correct?
No, I hear you, Amy.
I hear you all now. But anyhow, and then the blue pill...
Does he hear me?
He hears you.
They're just still asleep and have no clear clue of what's going on.
Exactly. And Grillin, that's how I saw things as well. But I think Miss Amy can hear you. Why don't you two have a chat?
Hey, Grillin. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm just hanging and enjoying and, maxing and relaxing.
I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you've been hanging out with us on Friday, the afternoon buzz. And I really
You gotta
enjoyed
love
your
this
comment.
where you can come and chat with people that have a clue, because there's nobody really around me that I can talk to about this stuff because they all think I'm I post things and people actually, I've had good friends say, are you mental? So it's a good place to be.
Oh, Grillin, I mean, isn't that the truth? When you start talking to some people in real life and laying down, your thoughts on stuff, they really do look like you're crazy, right?
Absolutely. Now I have red pilled a few people.
Oh yeah.
That I actually got into the queue and everything to where now they're posting stuff and they are red pilled, and I even almost kind of sort of red pilled my dad, but he's a little tougher. He's still watching the old school, news and stuff, and he's not sure how to take any of it. But he's been watching it enough to see that what the hell's going on here,
What do you think, Amy?
Right.
Can you hear Grillin good?
Well, I can hear you, Grillin. And you know what? One thing that I've had to tell myself with this whole, you just want to tell everybody around you, you want to wake everybody up. One thing, and I felt like it was something that the Lord had put on my heart, was just that it's not, I can plant a seed, and I don't have to be there to necessarily reap the harvest or watch it bloom. Sometimes all we can do with people is plant a seed. So that's kind of what I do, just you can kind of plant little seeds here and there with people, and the ones that are going to receive it will receive it. The ones that won't. You just kind of gotta put it in God's hands. And I know you're not a real religious guy, or you had said something about that in a comment that you made. But keep on doing what you're doing, Grillin. You're doing awesome. I'm so excited that I get to talk to you because
I dropped seeds like that little boy from that storybook. So yeah, when you say about dropping seeds to people, I drop them like they're hot.
Drop them like they're hot all day.
That's right. All right.
Awesome.
Well, I will leave you be and let somebody else call in and chew your ear. And If nobody calls in me, I'll call back. Awesome. I get talking, I can't shut up. So
right on, Grillin. Hey, thanks for calling, man. It was good to hear your voice, and it's nice to meet you. And thanks for waking people up, bro. I appreciate that. Amy appreciates that. We all appreciate it.
Thanks for having us here. All right, bye.
Bye.
Grillin'.
Yay.
Grillin', y'all.
Grillin' in the house.
Grillin'. Grillin' on the phone. Grillin' on the phone at the Patriot Lounge.
Yeah, there's,
That's what I'm talking about.
There's Johnny Appleseed. I mean, that was one cat that used to go around planting apple seeds. And then there's Jack and the Beanstalk, right, with the magical beans, which is almost more reparpoo to what we're talking about, trying to get people red-pilled and waking them up. You plant Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, we got another caller, Amy. Who do we got? Hey, you're on with the Patriot Lounge, and you have Amy and Watchful Warrior. Who is this calling?
Dirtbag, what's up, my friend? How you
Dirtbag, what's up, my man?
Another month. How you doing? Everything good, Amy? What's up? How you doing? How is everything?
What's up, Dirtbag?
Sorry, I can't see the chat right now. But Watchful Warrior, can I ask a question? Maybe you know how. Maybe you can answer this. Do you know who the Mercer family is?
Oh, the Mercers? Say that name again.
Robert and Rebecca Mercer, the Mercer family. They were the ones who backed Ted Cruz during the primaries, and then they started backing Trump. Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway have ties to the Mercers. But I didn't know if maybe you had known who they were. But my research has led me to believe of them is that they seem to be against the 1% in the globalists and what they're doing. Because what the Mercers do, if you actually look at where they funnel their money, they're ultra-conservative. And you know those signs that went up in New York against AOC, where they were ridiculing her about losing the Amazon deal, messing up the Amazon deal?
Yeah.
The Mercers back a super PAC that were responsible for those signs being put up in Times Square.
Wow, right on.
It's interesting because see, a lot of people. It's funny because a lot of people think that a lot of these ultra billionaires are on the side of the Soroses and the Stars, and that's not entirely true. Like in Florida, if you look at the reason why I'm saying this is because people think that all the money's on the left and all the and I mean the left, they have. Let's face it, they have a lot more money than we do, but on our side, there seems to be enough money just to challenge them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and you know what, Dirtbag? Part of that is the philosophy of conservatism versus liberalism, right? I mean, liberals will definitely see. You know what? All of this goes hand in hand, right? Once Trump gets the wall built and we stop the illegal immigration, we're going to stop human trafficking. We're going to stop the drugs, and that's where the Democrats get their money from. Okay. We're cutting off their pipeline of money. We've cut off Epstein and his pedophile ring. We're cutting off their cash flow. Okay. Eventually, they won't have the kind of money to take over the world that they had before because we're ending that kind of level of corruption here, right? But they have it right now, and the conservatives, right? Because we're conservative, we don't throw good money after bad. You know what I mean? We pick and choose our battles, and we spend our money more wisely, right? The Democrats are great at spending everybody else's money, right? Especially taxpayers' dollars. And I'm not saying that the rhinos don't spend taxpayer dollars too, but we waste so much money in this country. It's incredible. On like shrimp treadmills, and we do. I did a little article a few weeks ago about experimentations on owls that were funded by the government, where they're torturing owls with crazy drugs and all this stuff, and it's obscene the kind of money we spend in this country for stupid stuff, like completely irrelevant. I mean, it'll blow your mind. It will really blow your mind. You're like, what is going on? What are these people thinking? They're spending money on literally, they're burning it. They are burning it. And it makes you think, you're like, oh my God, they're burning it. And it makes me think, it's like, why am I even contributing to this? Because my money isn't going to anything godly at all. Nothing. They're using my money to torture animals and all kinds of shit. It's over the top
Yeah.
crazy, right, Dirtbag? Right, Amy?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you look at, like, I'm going to use this as an example. Look at the psychosis of the Joker from Batman, right? The Joker, now, granted, the Joker's a fictional character, but the psychosis and mental capacity that the Joker has for destruction is very real. The man, the psychotic philosophy of the Joker is very real. See, you have people like Soros who just want to watch the world burn. You know, it's like right now with the Chinese. You know, the Chinese have been deindustrializing America for how many years now? You know, and the elites, the elites haven't turned a blind eye to it. The elites have let it happen because they don't care. They want,
Dirtbag. I mean, we know that Nixon, right, basically in 1974 made China the preferred trading partner of the U.S. when he took us off the gold standard and tied us to the petrodollar, right? And we know that every president since then has continued to pump money into China, including and especially the Clintons, which gave them free technology. They gave them Tomahawk cruise missile technology, all kinds of technology they got for free. And we also know the Chinese are the biggest theft of intellectual property on the planet. I mean, the Russians are good at it too, but the Chinese are the masters of it, right? So with all of that going on and them been doing it since the 70s, that's why where we're at in the situation we are today, because nobody has dealt with it. And you know what? It's the elitists and the politicians that have been making money with China against us. They've thrown us under the bus of the fact of the matter, right? They sided with China and threw us under the bus. That's why they moved out our industry out of the U.S. They gutted it. That's why today in America we're so dependent on Chinese crap, right? But if you've noticed recently, the shelves are emptying out of Chinese crap. There's less and less and less. But I have actually a big show coming up on Thursday where we're going to talk a lot more about the trade war that's going on with China right now, because there's some very interesting twists and turns that's going on that's going to impact all of us in a significant matter. But what do you think about that, Dirtbag? Amy, can you hear us okay? You want to talk to Dirtbag for a minute?
Oh no, I just find it interesting to listen to you guys talk about this. This is again one of those subjects.
Oh no,
that,
Amy, no, Amy, no.
educated.
Go ahead. If you want to add something, go ahead. It's cool. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
It's awesome to talk to you, though. The great Dirtbag.
Right on, Dirtbag. Yeah, we see you everywhere, bro.
I hope you know what? My one-liners are probably very distracting, so I probably got to stop posting them in the chats. I'm sorry about that. I do apologize. I just can't resist making fun of corrupt politicians. You know what I mean? But it's, that's a hobby of mine. I've been doing my industry for years. You know. Huh?
No apologies. No apologies.
Hey, Dirtbag, can you hear Amy okay too? Can you hear Amy okay?
I can hear, yeah.
Okay, good.
But the thing about the China, some people are actually predicting. We don't know if it'll happen. Hope to God it doesn't happen. But some people think that this thing with China is going to take us into something that worse than what happened in 2008. But the good news is that our banks are not directly tied with the Chinese banks like they were the European banks. So hopefully China has more of a brunt of that. The supposed collapse. I mean, we don't know that's going to happen.
Well,
I think Trump is
I was just saying. I was just going to comment and say that, Trump understands this, and I think he understood it before he got into office, that unless we can control the U.S. economy directly ourselves, we're not going to be able to separate ourselves from the rest of the world's economy. For all of our lives, they've been pushing, global economics. That's why we have the World Trade. That's why we have the World Bank, right? And that's why you saw the other day, just yesterday or the day before, China's industry and their economy took a big hit when they announced, I think, what was it, $75 billion they were going to start putting tariffs on our products. Now, and then Trump came back and said, well, if you guys do that, we're gonna jack it up. We're gonna keep putting the screws to you. And now you hear the Chinese economic ministers saying, you know what, we need to really dial this back down, because, see, China flinched because this is getting way out of hand for them. And you know that they are currency manipulators. Now, even the liberals can agree that they're currency manipulators, and they have been from the beginning, right? So this stuff is not over. We're only like in the opening few rounds of this trade war business, right? And you know when it's going to get bad is when we start doing boycotts, when we will not allow any Chinese products in at all. And that depends on how hard of a line the president wants to go, right? I don't think he wants to do that. He wants to wean us off Chinese stuff kind of slowly. And he wants fair. He wants a fair deal for the U.S. consumer, right? And for our industry and for our workers. That's all he wants is a fair deal. But we haven't been getting it all of my life, all of your life, all of Amy's life, all of everybody in the room's life. We've never seen a fair deal from these guys. And it's about time we had some president stand up and do something about it. And thank God Donald Trump is here doing it. I mean, he said it most perfectly the other day. He said, I didn't start any of this. I didn't start any of this. This was laid at his feet, right? Laid at his feet.
Yeah.
And I pray to the Lord every day that he's going to be able to get this done because this is an overwhelming task. Huge. Right, Amy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you
I'm
notice
just
too.
Laughing out loud.
Go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I'm following the chat, and DM said you're a very good caller. You're making some very valid points. So keep on talking. Everyone's enjoying it.
Oh, thank you, DM. Thank you. The funny. I'm sorry, I'm being funny, but the other thing too is that one of the reasons why China wants Hong Kong is because they want to absorb their capital. They want to take over their industry. They also want to bring them under communist rule so they can strip everybody of their wealth, of whatever wealth they have, I mean, they literally want, I mean, I pray to God every day that the protesters in Hong Kong and, the protesters in Hong Kong, nothing happens to them, that they're kept safe, because the world's watching. China's got tons of human rights violations. And if they start going in there with troops and they start going in there with tanks, the world's going to take, even the EU, even as corrupt as the EU is, I don't think the EU wants to see any human rights violations being committed in China.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Dirtbag, but look at who you're dealing with in the EU over there. I mean, the EU are basically, I don't want to say profanities and vulgarities, but I was going to call them body part. And do you know what I mean? They're just not going to get it done. I mean, if you look to the EU to solve any of the world's problems, you're looking in the wrong place.
Oh yeah.
The only people that's going to solve it is us. And that's if we have the capability and we're positioned correctly and our economy's lined up and we have our allies that are supporting us. Hong Kong's a big topic, and I'm going to hit hard on Hong Kong this Thursday because people don't realize it, but, the British actually had a 99-year lease on Hong Kong, and that expired in 97. And in 97 in 97 and 99, that's when you had a mass exodus of people, from Chinese people out of Hong Kong to Vancouver. And that's where they took a lot of wealth, right? But since that time and today, now that you see China coming into Hong Kong, how many years has that been? It's been a long time, right? Yeah. It's been over 20 years.
Yep.
The writing's been on the wall to the people in Hong Kong for over 20 years that the Chinese can now walk in and start, doing what they want to do, and they haven't done it until now, right? But it's coming. It's coming. And we're on the cusp of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go ahead.
Look at that tech giant in China, Huawei, I think it's called.
Yeah, Huawei.
Yeah, they're trying to make themselves out like what is it? They're stealing data, and they're stealing like components because they service like 3 billion people. I just found out about Huawei not too long ago, but Bannon was talking about it, and he they're trying to pass it off like it's some kind of a good corporate citizen, when it's actually when they're actually trying to convert and take over the flow of information in the Western in the Western Hemisphere.
Well, exactly.
I mean,
And that ties right into the whole 5G topic too, because we had a lot of 5G things that were being built by the Chinese, and Trump put an end to that because he was not going to let them embed themselves in the U.S. infrastructure proper like that. But yeah, you know what? We've relied on Chinese technology. Basically, we've relied on Chinese technology that they stole from us and now use slave labor to produce over there, which in turn we buy back, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know what? They've never come up with a good idea in this whole last century or two. They just haven't. They've stolen everything. And Huawei, of course, is a huge cell phone maker, but that's not the only thing they make. These guys are like Cisco Systems. I mean, they make routers, they make patch panels, they make computers, they make everything, right? They're kind of quote unquote the equivalent of like Google and Apple and a couple of other huge tech companies all tied together in Microsoft, right? I mean, they're huge. So it's hard to really fathom what Huawei is, but they're way more than just cell phones. And the other thing people need to realize is that you think Huawei's a company. It's not a company. That's the Chinese government. Every company in China is the majority shareholders is owned by the Chinese government. So that makes them the Chinese government, right? So when you say Huawei, you're really saying the Chinese government, right? Yeah, they have a slick name called Huawei, but it's the Chinese government. That's who we're talking about here.
Yeah, and and Disabled Vets Perspective was covering this on his channel, how the Chinese government is actually buying up ports in California and other parts of the world because they want to, they want to close out the China Red Sea.
Well,
they want to basically.
Well, that's true. Let's look at what. Here's two examples of activity China had recently conducted. One of them's in Africa, in Kenya, and the other one is in Pakistan. Now, Pakistan and Kenya borrowed money from China, and they forfeited payment. So what the Chinese did was they came in and took ports. They said, well, you forfeit, we're taking your port. So see, the Silk Road that China has been trying to make that stretches, across Eurasia all the way to Europe, right? They're laying down that road like crazy, right? But they need seaport access. So now they have a big seaport access in Africa, and now they have one that goes around the bottom of India all the way right to Pakistan, right? So here's the thing a lot of people don't know about China too. China has been building the infrastructure of Africa for well over 20 years. It's Chinese companies with Chinese materials and Chinese labor. They come in and they make a deal with a country. Like a perfect example is Uganda. Okay, I don't even know if it's called Uganda, but it was back in my day. It was called Uganda. It might be called something else now. But they have basically rebuilt the Ugandan infrastructure from scratch. Like I'm talking super highways, buildings, this and that, and the other thing. Right? The Chinese have done this. Right? So people don't realize the impact that China has had. And China also has ports in Mexico. Okay, so even if they didn't ship to our ports directly here, like what we have in Los Angeles, San Pedro in California, in New York, and Louisiana, and Mobile, Alabama, and in Texas, they would still be able to get stuff in here through Mexico.
Yeah. Well, it's like Mexico. I mean, look at all the things China's doing in South America. They're investing money in companies. It's like they're lending them money. Latin America is going to be in the next few years. Latin America is going to be owned by the Chinese, or China is going to own the Latin American countries.
Oh, not if we have anything to say about it, my man. I mean, because we have the Monroe Doctrine that's been in effect in this hemisphere for a long time, and that policy basically is we will not let anybody get a foothold in South America. Especially the Russians and especially the Chinese. So if they even try that, dude, we're gonna come down on them hard, like it ain't nobody's business. I mean,
well, see, the thing is, the globalists. When you look at when the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, right? When the central bankers found out that they were vulnerable to loss, they hatched the scheme. Well, we can print unlimited money. And they can print unlimited money without being held accountable. Essentially they can basically, deflate. The whole thing is a very complex science that they did when they built when they started the Federal Reserve. But see, like right now, we've got the Federal Reserve, we've got the globalists, we have the elites, in the globalist circle, and we've got China, and of course we've got the Democrat Party, who, like, the likes of Dianne Feinstein, who, how knows how many business deals she has had with the Chinese, and who knows how many, Pelosi and all them, they've got money invested in China.
Oh, bro, don't even get me
the
started on
CCP.
Pelosi and her Chinese, her name is Dianne Spystein in her Chinese connection, dude. I mean, we've had Chinese spies embedded in this government. It's sick. It's disgusting. But you know what? Things are changing, my man, and I appreciate you calling in tonight. We're going to do a show on Thursday on my channel, and it's going to be dedicated to talking about this trade war, things that we're going to be looking at in the future, how it's going to impact us as Americans. Yeah, go ahead, my man.
No, I just want to say one thing. Amy, I know, if I remember correctly, you said you were newly red-pilled. I'll tell you, I know a lot of people who are center-left that they're not necessarily conservative, but let's say they own a firearm, right, for self-protection, right? So they have some understanding of the Second Amendment. They have some understanding of why people, own fire. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning it like that is because those people, the center left of people, are not so unreasonable like the far left. The far left, it's hard to know where they're committed to the idea of socialism, everybody's supposed to, the government to make everybody equal, and it's unclear whether or not they can be red-pilled. I'm not saying they can't, but whenever you have a conversation with somebody, try to get an idea of where they stand politically, if you can get a lot of it's guesswork. If somebody is center-left, or if they're left of center, or slightly center of left, there's a lot of things that factor into whether or not you can red pill somebody. I mean, I've red pilled a few people. My family is overwhelmingly Democrat, on my Latin side of my family. But some of them are starting to understand what is going on and what's been happening, and there's a lot of people left of center who are fighting their fight on a conservative side because the party, like the Tim Pools and people like Brandon Straka, they understand they're starting to understand what's happening, and there is hope. There is hope, and people are waking up. The question is, how quickly are people waking up?
Right.
But
right.
I'm sorry, I'll make this quick. The millennial generation doesn't understand. Most of them don't understand history, and hopefully they never have to experience that kind of history. Which is why it's up to people like us to try and red pill. Well, I'm not saying red pill, but just give people the truth and let them decide what they want to do with it. That's all we can do. But listen, I don't mean to hold up anybody else.
All right, my man.
If anybody else wants to call in.
Well, thanks for
talking to you, Amy, and Watchful Warrior.
Appreciate you, man.
Call in again soon.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing this show all the time, my man, and you'll have plenty of time to call in, and we'll chew the cud on whatever the topic is of the day. And I appreciate you calling in, my friend. It's good to see you, and
right, thank you.
And you're well thought, well spoken. Appreciate you. Right on, Amy. Hey, you know what?
Thank you.
How about if I put up some music and
awesome.
And we take a quick little break for a minute and take care of our business, and then we'll be right back for some more callers. What do you think? Okay.
Awesome. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, my man.
Right.
Appreciate you.
That was
Take care. All right.
Bye.
That the great dirtbag, y'all. The great dirtbag on the phone.
Right on.
Awesome.
And you know what, Amy?
We'll be right back with you.
Amy, could you ask our chatters if they could hear your conversation with Dirtbag and mine? Good. You could hear him. I mean, because this solution that I came up with is it's newly implemented, shall we say, just tonight, and I'm hoping it worked. But
okay.
But while we do that, I am going to throw up a quick little screen. And I'm going to turn on some tunes,
do it.
and I'm going to go get another beer and visit the men's room, which in the Marine Corps, in case you guys don't know, if you've ever been in the Marine Corps, the bathroom is called the head. That's what it's called on the ship. So I got to go to the head. So
Wow.
You'll hear Marines refer to the bathroom as the head. But I'll be right back
Do
in
your thing.
just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're doing it, Miss Amy.
Yeah. Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Fun time. Fun time.
Fun times. Everything has changed. Be the same. Are you guys enjoying yourself tonight? I hope so. I'm doing this for your enjoyment, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to have a good time. I want you to come hang out with me and Amy and do this all the time. Are you back at your... Oh, there you are, Miss Amy. As soon as this song ends, we're going to get back to our
I'm
business.
back. It is, let's see, what time is it? I'd say what? We got about another 15 minutes before we wrap things up here tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it is.
We got
I've
a
had
lot
blast.
of folk ready to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Woodman was in here,
Yeah, he was.
so that was awesome.
Yeah. Now, we have a lot of vets in our audience, Amy.
Yes, and Disabled Vet Perspective, I asked him if he would be interested in coming on the show maybe next week. He said for sure.
Oh,
So
outstanding.
we'll talk to him about that this week.
Right on.
See about getting him on the show.
No, that's going to be great. I'd love to hear from Disabled Vet.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And you know what? Amy, we didn't really get to that one segment, that we had talked about, which was Meet the Patriot. But we will be getting in that segment.
This is kind of Meet the Patriots.
Okay.
Because the Patriots are calling.
Right on. Okay.
But
But
what
we just didn't say.
want to do with
Oh, we got a caller calling Amy.
awesome. Who is it?
I don't know. Hello and welcome to the Patriot Lounge. Who do we got?
Woodman.
Woodman, right on. What's up, my brother?
Awesome.
Listen, I'm going to spread the news real quick because I know the room is like pretty limited. Did you hear about the Gitmo? Is the new Clinton hotel with all their sick friends? What do you think?
Oh, I can't wait till they turn that into the Hillary Clinton palace with her and, well, I don't know about Epstein. I don't think he's dead, to be honest, but him and anybody associated with him, I want to see them all in Gitmo. I want to see him in change, my man. That's my dream. I want to see that before I kick the bucket, my man. I want to see them all in Gitmo. I want to see, honestly, to be straight up with you, Woodman. I personally am not a big person on imprisonment. I'm more of an execution kind of a guy. And if you're a traitor, like I think you're a traitor, right? I think you need to be put to the sword, plain and simple. I mean, I'm not one to house criminals. That's not my way. I'm an executionist. I believe if that your punishment should fit the crime. And if you conducted treason like I think they've conducted treason, and you're a pedophile like I think, I don't see putting you in jail of any benefit. You know what I mean? I'm about ridding you off this planet. That's what I'm about.
Well, here's the thing. You are super quite correct. They, they're all attorneys and all that jazz, and they're doing all this law crap. But guess what? Treason. They should know what that is, and they've been doing treasonous acts for a long time. And you're right. The law states, it's a death penalty. But,
exactly.
Yeah, I just hope that, when they okay, here we go. The Hotel California, there's only one way to leave. Well, Hotel Gitmo, there's only one way to leave. It's either with swinging from a little rope, or getting jammed with some chemical or whatever. In other words, like, you're out, you're gone.
Well, like,
you know what I mean?
Woodman, I grew up in Florida. That's where I spent my time. And I can tell you what, there's nothing more feared than the alligator in Florida. And I have zero problem having a gator pit and feeding these people to the gators, because I want you to know that if you go this way and you're a bad person and you are a pedophile and you're a traitor, I want you to know that at the end of your days, the gators are going to be tearing you to shreds in the gator pit. 20, 30 gators eating you, chomping you, destroying you. I want you to really think about what's going to happen to you before you do this bad stuff. I don't believe in lethal injection. I don't believe in firing squad. I believe in the gator pit, my man. I want to put the fear of God in you, and I have zero problem chucking you right into the gator pit and letting them have their way with you. And guess what? And I'm a fair man. Now, if you can get out of the gator pit without getting eaten, I'll let you live and you can be free. But that's the world according to Watchful Warrior. That's how I roll. If you can escape the gator pit, my man, you get a pass.
In my opinion, if you do a treasonous act, fucking game over, man. You knew you were doing what you was doing. Stand up and take the fucking punishment. You're going out one way or another.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You betcha.
If you're smart enough to know what the fuck you're doing and trying to commit treason, you already know what you're doing. You take the punishment. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Oh, pardon me.
That's all right.
Like,
us vets get passionate about stuff.
Man.
Miss Amy done already told me that I have to watch my mouth because her mom is in the room, and I don't want to have to apologize to her mama again for my foul language. So I think I've been good, hadn't I, Miss Amy?
You've done well.
No, I
Done
have
quite
to
well.
apologize tremendously.
No, it's all right, my man. You know I'm a Marine, and you know I cuss like a Marine too, and so does Miss Amy, and so does all the rest of y'all. Y'all know that I let them curse words out, but I'm trying to behave and mind my manners this evening.
Okay, I thought you said that I cuss. I'm like, excuse
No,
me?
Miss Amy don't cuss.
I don't cuss.
No, I cuss.
Hardly
I
ever.
cuss enough for the both of us, to be honest.
Unless I
Amy said
stub
that
my
she
toe
was doing
or
that
something.
ranting and raving cussing. She was really mad.
Well, yeah, I guess there's a level of passion that I get to before the foul mouth starts coming out, and then it's like every word nonstop. And that's when I really get heated. But I try to maintain a cool and level head. But you, I don't know if you've ever been around Marines, though, boy. I tell you what, there's only a few words you need to even know to communicate with those guys, and they're all cuss words, right?
Look, I was in the 82nd Airborne, and there were certain things that we done, and the Marines would kind of ride along every now and then. We'd jump out, but they'd kind of like land. But yeah, we'd be sitting there on the hardball, and waiting to take off in a plane or whatever. And these guys said real strange stories. All I can say about this is this is how it is. Marines are, if you want somebody annihilated, you send in the Marines. But you have to understand, it's got to be a real good fight, because they're going to go in to annihilate stuff. They ain't going to have no time for questions.
No.
You know what I mean? So
no, when you send the Corps in, it's exactly right. When you send the Corps in, we mean on destroying you most completely and everything in our way. I'm not there to be your friend, and if you see me coming, you had better run, because I'm not. I do not take prisoners. Bottom line. And if you send me to go do that deed, you had better run. I'm not about nation building. I'm not about state building. I'm not going to rebuild your cities and your roads. I'm going to destroy you most completely. That's what I learned to do. That's what your tax dollars paid for me. Right, Woodman?
Brother. Yeah, being airborne, we came in behind the lines that people didn't hear us coming.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like we're there.
Well, I hear you.
One time you're not. Next time you look around, bang! You got like 20,000 ranting, raving paratroopers that are ready just to, eat a lot. Replace a lot of real estate, the big holes that bomb the left, throw bodies in them. There you go,
well,
man.
You know what? The airborne, man, that's a super important mission, though, to be able to, mobilize infantry and drop them behind enemy lines. That's key critical to success on the battlefield today, and airborne all the way. My father was in the 82nd Airborne.
Really?
I have 5 uncles. And all 5 of my uncles served in the Army. I have 2 cousins. They're also Marines, right? My sister, God rest her soul, she was in the Marine Corps, right? I come from an all-military family back for hundreds and hundreds of years. And that's what we do, But God bless you, Woodman. In case you guys don't know who Woodman is, some of our viewers may not even know. Why don't you tell the people who Woodman is?
Okay, Woodman is he's one of the regulars on the Patriot Hour. We all love him over there. He's known for his amazing laugh, right, Woodman? And
That's what everybody
he
says.
is. You've got an amazing laugh, Woodman. When you let it loose. Can you hear me?
Woodman, you hear it, Miss Amy?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
She loves your laugh, bro.
Yeah, I heard, but I haven't. I'm gonna have to cut one loose here in a little bit, just for Amy, because. But it's got to be natural. I can't fake the Woodman laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. I know,
Yeah.
right?
No problem.
Look, you guys, listen, man.
No problem.
I have a great time with Mike and Ben and them, and then I've been chatting with American Joe too. I need to really get in touch with him, but I just had such a blast. I mean, you guys just don't know, man. You'd be my age, I'm a little older than Greg there, but
I'm close to your age.
how old are you?
53.
Oh yeah.
I look pretty good for my age, don't I?
I'm in my middle 60s.
Oh shit. Well, then you got some years on me, Wood.
Well, huh?
You got some years. You got some years on me, man. You got some knowledge, but that's good. You look good with that beard, though.
Knowledge. Man, look, I even cut 4 inches off. I tried to clean up my act. We had a show on Patriot Hours, like, you know, 1, leave it alone, 2, trim it, 3, like, cut it off.
Yeah, right?
Anyway, they said trim it, so I did. Yeah, it's pretty long.
Well, you know what? I
That's
cut
right.
off. I cut off my beard earlier this year, didn't I, Amy? I cut that off and I made a video about it and I put it on my page. But I used to look like a pirate when Miss Amy first met me. You would think I was like Wolfman Jack's kid, right? With this crazy looking beard, and I was wearing like a boonie hat, and I was for sure, kind of strange looking.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Watchful. When I thought you were a lot older than you were.
Oh, really?
And then you're like, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna shave, and I think I'm gonna get a haircut or something. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I'm like, wait, who are you?
I know, right?
Who are you?
She didn't even recognize me afterwards. It was funny. I'm like, well, I know, right? I'd like to see you shave that off, though, Woodman. That would be interesting to get a look at what you look like underneath that beard.
Yes, it would.
No kidding. No kidding. There was a guy that I partied with heavily for a long time, and then I cut my whole beard off, nothing but a little mustache, no hair, you know, and I went to the same bar I always went into and sat down with that guy and started talking to him, and he looked at me and he said, do I know you? I said, yeah, I'm the Woodman. He goes, yeah, right. I said, really? He said, all right, show me some ID, and I did. He looked at the ID, and looked at me, looked at the ID, looked at me, and went, God, I just can't believe it.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, Woodman. Well, thanks for calling, my man. It's great to hear your voice, and I appreciate you coming and seeing me and Miss Amy on the premiere of the Patriot Lounge. And, you know, we're going to be doing these shows. We're initially like doing 2 things a week, but we're going to soon be probably moving that up to a few times a week, and then maybe even a few more times than that. You know, it depends, you know, like our audience can really help us grow by spreading the word and sharing and things like that. And, you know, the more users and visitors, and I know Mike at the Patriot Hour is going to support us, and American Joe will support us, and a lot of our friends in the chat, you know, like we have a disabled vets perspective, he's going to support us, and Tony Patriot. We've got all kinds of people who, you know, want to see Miss Amy and I do well and launch a successful show. But thank you so much, my man, for calling in, and I definitely want to hear from you again, and I wish you to have a good evening.
Very much.
Bye,
Woodman. On the way. You guys.
God bless you.
Take down the hatches. I guess it's pretty nasty down there.
Oh, we just got hit by a major storm. That's what knocked out my internet a couple of times tonight already. Yeah, it's storming. It's nothing. Nothing but a thing. I don't need a rain jacket. I'm waterproof. Right on.
So, Amy, you take care of your kids now, your girls, right? You take care of them and smile like you always do.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Woodman. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Woodman.
Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the night.
Thank you, my friend.
All right,
Airborne all the way.
Good night.
Night, airborne.
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 Yeah, that was Woodman, ladies and gentlemen. The famous Woodman from the Patriot Hour.
When you salute your right hand or left hand?
Right hand.
Right hand?
Right hand. Yes, right hand.
That's for...
There you go. You got to put it right here, Amy. Look it. You put it right on your eyebrow like this, and you keep your arm like straight. See how my arm is straight like that? No, like this.
I'm in
Look
the
it.
sun.
Look it. Like this. You see how I'm doing?
I can't.
You do it straight like that. You see how I am? And you put that right up to your eye.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. There you go. I see you in the. I'm watching you in the plate in the.
Oh Lord, Amy.
Right here.
We've got another caller. They just want to talk to you all night.
Awesome. Me.
Hello, and you're on the Patriot Lounge. And who's calling?
What's cool? It's James. How's it going?
James, what's up?
James.
What's going on with you tonight, James? James Warback, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, James, we're back.
Right on, James.
One of our mods.
Sweet.
Love him.
Just want to thank you and just say, much appreciation. I'll do my best as well.
Well, I thank you, my friend. Yeah, Miss Amy spoke very highly of you. You and I have, other than the few little interactions we've had from time to time, I haven't really had much of an opportunity to know you, but I'm hoping to know you more because Miss Amy speaks very highly of you, and she's all about high-quality people. So any friend of hers is a friend of mine.
Likewise. It's
I
great.
like James.
I really like what you're doing. I'm going to bring people over. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we want.
So James.
Yeah, Miss Amy got something to tell you. I'm going to put Miss Amy
James,
on the screen.
So what do you do? Are you a tree trimmer guy or what?
Tree work, and today I climbed like a massive cottonwood and removed it, chunked it down. Yeah.
Wow. That takes a lot of energy. So, wow.
That's hard work, my man. I got a lot of friends that are tree trimmers. My neighbor actually runs a tree service, and it is hard work, dude. Topping those trees, lordy. Dangerous work, too.
The cottonwood
So,
was a little
James?
sketchy.
James? I'm sorry, hon. Me and my big mouth. I was going to say that James is, I know James from over at the Patriot Hour, and recently him and I got connected through the YouTube messaging, and he's sent me some great videos, and he's made some really good recommendations to me, sends me some really good music, like great taste in music. But also, James, you finagle, not sure if that's the best word, but in the silver and the gold, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm with a company that's basically it's not multi-level marketing so much, because there's only so much that somebody above you could even profit from, and it's only just a point system. So it's more like networking, but it gives you an opportunity to basically have your own website, your own company with write-offs, benefits, and potentially like making money at it. And the whole concept is it gets you into the gold and silver, to where you can buy at wholesale pricing.
Really?
And so,
oh wow,
it's pretty incredible. So like, an annual fee, which gets you your own website, and it's a small company, but it's very reputable. Everything you get is just pure. You get just
Pure
a few
silver,
points over spot.
pure gold. Okay. Well, if you want to, you can go ahead and drop a link to that in the chat since you're a mod. If you have a link, anybody who's interested in potentially purchasing or maybe even sounds like maybe even creating your own business, if you call it that, with silver and gold, there's a lot of talk about getting some silver and gold. Watchful, you probably can probably talk about that a little bit better than I can, but so that's awesome, James. Yeah, if you want to drop a link or share any information on that, you can go ahead and maybe in the future we can have you on and we can talk more about that. But thank you for calling. It's been awesome to hear from you and awesome to see you in the chat.
Yeah, and no worries about being a mod.
Points on that?
Did you catch that, James?
Did you have any points to make on that topic, or
on what, gold and silver? Well, I mean, only a fool thinks paper is real money. That's my comment. If you can't hold,
it's a fiat currency.
It's a fiat currency. Real value is things that you can hold in your hand. Okay, gold and silver. There's other even diamonds and things like that, right? But
no, I don't buy into diamonds, bro.
No,
because De Beers.
Well, I know
hoarding diamonds.
Right, and I know about the whole thing with Africa and well, I'm sorry, excuse me. The point I guess I was going to make is that I value diamonds for their hardness and what you can do with them. I don't value them from a point of jewelry. I don't wear jewelry. Jewelry to me, honestly, jewelry to me is slavery. It's a bondage sign, necklaces and rings and things like that. So I'm not into diamonds because of jewelry. I'm into them for what you can do with them. Like diamond tip drill bits, you can drill through super hard rocks and things like that. So my practical value on diamonds is way different than it's way different than what you might think. Do you know what I mean? But diamonds have they have there's because they're a kind of somewhat rare, there is a value assigned to them, right? Now, I know that there's a whole bunch of people that run the jewelry industry, and they're evil, and they're bad, and they exploit people to get diamonds and stuff. I mean, I know all about that, right? But that's not the way that I'm speaking about it now. I'm speaking from the terms of practicality and usefulness of the diamond. Do you know what I mean? Mm. I think
absolutely. At the same time, they're making it out to be like there's a scarcity of them, and there's really not.
Right.
They're hoarding them and releasing a certain amount per year, and they've been encouraging us to buy them as wedding rings, and I think that's a complete hoax.
I agree.
Because basically, they're not valuable. If you look into the Epstein Island thing, and this is great because it's a free talk, right?
Right.
You look into the Epstein Island thing a little deeper. What were those tunnels, those vents coming out of there? They were for heat.
I know, right?
And somebody did a breakdown, and they said that they used the bones and whatnot, the hair and the bones for carbon to compress and make blue diamonds.
Right.
Something about blue diamonds.
Well, there's all kinds of rare metals and rare gems and stuff that have value. But the true things that I like to keep myself are silver and gold, right? Just because, and gold.
There's always been value in those.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Even if you go back to the first civilization that people have ever learned about was the Sumerians, right? Sumerians valued gold, right? there's a whole. We can go down a whole rabbit hole. We don't have time for it really though, but about the Anunnaki and how they valued gold and what they were using gold for. But that was told to us by the Sumerians, which were the first civilization. So gold has, and you got to ask yourself, well, how did the first civilization come to value gold? How did they even find it? Because gold basically is, in a form of practicality, it's useless. Like, you can't make a plow out of it. It makes terrible arrowheads. It's terrible nice because the metal is too malleable, right? So you can't really do anything with it. It's almost like junk metal if you think about it, right? Nowadays they use it for circuit boards and stuff.
It was used for artistic purposes.
Amy's
and
cracking up.
Sculptural and basically
that's
what it was used for.
Ornamental.
Silver was actually the currency in Egypt. Like, that was
more
valuable.
No, silver is a lot harder, man. You can make stuff out of that. Like, I can make bullets out of silver, right? And I can make, it'd be an expensive plow, but I can make a plow out of silver. But you can't do any of that with gold.
Yeah, I've got 11 1-ounce bullet rounds.
Yeah, there you go.
They look like they're 45 caliber or something, but there's no primer. It's just a 1 troy ounce each.
You're right on.
But pretty cool.
Well, thanks for calling tonight, my friend. It's nice to hear your voice. And welcome to the team.
Good to talk to you. I've been watching your channel.
Welcome to the team, my bro.
Your is awesome.
Thank you.
Definitely need some work. That bridge is about to fall apart.
Yeah, right?
As full as it is.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's
crazy.
See it bowling. But anyway. And it would be cool to come and hang out.
Awesome to have you on board, James.
Space and stuff. So,
Heck yeah.
That, Amy?
Yeah, Amy, what did you want to say, James?
Oh, I just said it's awesome to have him on board with us. I like James. He's cool.
Yeah, right on. And James, at some point, we should get together and make some notes and come up with some financial planning maybe and things, where we can offer the user some gold and silver and some practical value, not paper money and not bonds and not spot gold. When you buy spot gold, it's paper gold because you don't actually hold it in your hand, right? But we should talk. I'd love to have you on, where we can really dedicate like a whole show to talking about, finances and stuff,
Yeah, there's so much more to offer. I mean, it's not just having your own business, whatever, and whether you make money at it or not, like it might just pay for what you stack.
Right. Yeah, roger that, man.
But yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
For sure. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate you. And don't worry about being a mod. You'll learn how to do that job. It's not all that bad. When you get sexual offenders or deviants and stuff, you just click on them and you boot them. Nothing to it. Ask Miss Amy and DM in our Miss Amy's like,
Amy can vouch for me.
Okay, right on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
that's
you
why
should do a golf cart drive video. I think that would be really funny.
Yeah, right. I would love to.
Yeah,
I would actually.
Golf cart with your camera in your hand and try not to shake it.
Yeah, right.
I think that would be awesome, bro. But anyway, yeah.
Right on, my bro.
Much love to you guys.
Much love to you. Take care, my friend.
Good night, James.
Yes. Peace.
Good night, my bro.
Bye, Amy.
Bye.
And that was James, one of our new mods for the channel.
James,
that was awesome hearing from him, and he knows something about that gold and silver. So we definitely want to get him back on, Miss Amy, and we can dedicate some more time to talking about it. It's a big topic. I mean, if the truth be told. And, we should dedicate more time to it to wake people up. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Well, let's see now. DM saying that I have an echo going on.
An echo? Actually, that's interesting.
You hear an echo, echo.
I'm going to turn Amy up, and I'm going to turn my mic down just a tad. See if that helps. Go ahead and talk, Amy.
Do you hear an echo now?
Maybe.
Well, I think it's been a great night for our first night. We've been going for just about 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
we've been going about
I would
2
never have thought 2
hours.
hours. Holy smokes.
Yes.
How many people do we have in our chat?
So.
Oh, I see Miss Susie. I see DM. I see the Dirtbag. I see the Bill Show. I see James. We just talked to him. Mr. Cheeks.
Okay.
Susie Q. Grilling.
It looks. Oh, Mr. Cheeks, welcome. It looks like James is dropping a link to. I'm guessing it's a website where you can purchase gold or silver if you want to do that. Thank you, James. Okay, no echo now. Brian Griffin, you're a little bit late, buddy. Where have you been? There's Brian rolling on in on us.
Late
he might have been here for a minute. I haven't. Welcome, Brian. You're catching the tail end of the show tonight. I've had a great time.
I've had a fantastic time.
Yes.
And I'm really glad joined us this evening.
Yes, me too. And so Friday we will be live on Patriot Lounge. I'm sorry, at 12 o'clock noon for the afternoon buzz. And then those of you who are not subbed to our lovely DM, she is our mod. Please make sure you take a minute to subscribe to her channel. She's an amazing lady, and she teams up with another amazing lady who goes by History B. And the two of them go live every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a fabulous channel. You guys will enjoy it, I'm sure. And this week, Watchful Warrior and we were invited to come on their show. So we're actually going to be on the DMB report this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure you take a moment to subscribe to that channel and join us. It's going to be a very good time. We always have a good time over there at the DMB report.
Absolutely, Amy. Yeah, D&B, they make a really great show. We have another caller calling in, Amy. Do we want to take this, or are we done with our callers for the evening?
Well, I guess we can take one more caller.
I defer to Miss Amy's judgment. All right.
Okay.
Hello. This is the Patriot Lounge. You got Watchful Warrior and Amy. What's up? Nothing? Nothing? You got nothing.
Really?
That's lame. That was lame. Someone's calling back again, Amy. This phone just keeps ringing. Let's see who this is. This is the Patriot Lounge. Who do we got?
What's going on, man? This is the Bill Show.
Bill! Right on!
Bill! Bill!
Right on, Bill.
My man. Bill, my Calgon.
How you doing, my bro?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on launching the Patriot Lounge.
Well, thank you.
It's been a great show. I've enjoyed
thank
it
you,
so
man.
much.
I appreciate that.
So many great callers.
Yeah, man, we have a great group of people over here, man. We're all kind of somewhat of a tight-knit community, and, you know, they're very intelligent and very classy people we have, you know what I mean? So, and you're one of them, so you're going to fit in really nice over here.
Awesome, Bill. What's up?
To sponge off all the real smart ones. I was hoping there were some smart people in this chat, and it turns out there are.
You betcha.
I'm very happy about that.
Hey, you betcha.
Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that.
Well, man, you know what?
Truth. I love it.
Dude, we did not even hit on any Q tonight, but we will. And maybe in the very near future you can call in and we'll go over some Q-related information. You know, I know that you cover Q on your channel a good bit, and I don't want people to lose sight. So I think that would be an awesome.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, just waking
Thank you,
people
man.
up, you know, and
I'm walking on your line a little bit. I'm sorry about this. There must be a small delay. So
dude,
I'll just
it's
try to
okay.
keep my answers short.
No worries.
Yeah, I'll just try to keep my answers short. But yeah, man, the Q movement, how insanely crazy is the Q movement, and how in the craziest way is awesomeness. Because we've watched the symphony just explode in front of our faces. We have sat and watched it all, and I would love to do another show or a show with you or something about that, and just discuss the multiple ways that this plan is just unbelievable that we could be living in this moment in time and watch this all play out in front of us, like as we've been told it would. It's insane.
Okay. Yeah,
It is.
dude, it is insane. DM just gave us a quick little sound check, so I had to actually turn it up, which I actually had my mic volume turned down, and the callers come through my mic. So I'm simple. I have to actually put things through just one input. But just give us a sound check back, and thanks, Bill, for calling. And we are going to get to some Q.
Bill,
and yeah, go ahead, Miss Amy. Talk to Mr. Bill.
You nailed it.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Bill, he nailed it. I mean, it's crazy. I'm a Q girl right here. And we definitely are probably gonna, we will delve into the whole Q topic, I'm sure, on this show. I mean, how can we not? But I love how Bill laughed, because it's like, yeah, it's totally insane. But those who have been following Q from the beginning, we're so clued in as to what's going on. Sometimes you can just see people all around you crumbling, and it's like, you want to tell them to just chill out, because Q is, in my opinion, he is a legitimate, what do I want to call it? What do I want to call it, Bill? A line of communication.
Yeah.
A line of communication between the president and the Patriots, a way to speak to the Patriots and bypass mainstream media, basically. That's what's going on. So he has been communicating with us now for, has it been 2 years almost?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a bit.
He's been outsing the bad guys, calling them out on their crap, and it's just crazy. It's been fun. It's actually been crazy, but it's been fun. It's been a wild ride, and we just got to keep on hanging on with Q, the Q team, the Q Army, the Anons.
And you know what? On a future show, Amy, when we do our Q show with, we get Bill to call in, we get some other people interested in it. We'll pull up a QAnon .pub, and we'll go over some of Q's posts, and we'll see what we can find out. Simone, one of our mods in chat, was just talking about, she's all about the Q as well, and she wants to shed some knowledge on some digs that she goes on. But the thing, I think, to me, the most important thing about Q is Q has told everyone so many times who follows him that you need to do your own research, you need to open your eyes, and you need to be aware, and you need to look beyond the surface level of stuff. You need to dig, right? That's where you get the bread makers, and that's where you get the crumbs, and that's where you get that stuff. These are people that are digging into the truth of the things that are being exposed to you every day on the TV. So Q's never told you anything stupid. He told you to, have discernment and learn for yourself and examine the facts for yourself, right? He doesn't want you just to go on what he says. He wants you to go and see for yourself. That's how these QAnons came to be, right? The QAnons are like, well, geez, golly gee, Q, we will do that. So now we have a whole army of QAnons digging around, coming up with all of these below the surface level information about all these people like Epstein and like the Clintons. And I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. I mean, it's forever. Isn't that right, Amy?
That's right. What do you think, Bill? Is he still there?
I think that watchful, yeah, I'm here. Watchful Warrior just
puts an incredible bow on it. I think at its surface, it's everything that Watchful Warrior explained it to be. And the longer that you're into the inside of what this all represents, I think it just solidifies your belief in this great awakening, in this thing that we are calling a movement. This is a movement. This is about replacing a failed and corrupt government establishment.
You betcha.
That was designed to be against you and me and really everybody, and only to enrich themselves. Now I pulled that last 30 seconds loosely, what I said, from Trump's speech that got him elected. But you know what? I hold that speech so very dear to my heart, because that speech naturally, with the progression of the truth movement, for those of us that were awake and showed up on election day and showed up and put that ballot in for Trump, who weren't necessarily all that willing to come out and say, yeah, I voted for Trump, because we could see the crazy in the eyes of the liberals, even as far back as 2014, 2015, when the man announced he was going to run. It was insane to sit there and try to justify your feelings. It was just all shit at the time, and you just had to say, I'm voting on my conscience, and I'm listening to everything that was said in the debates. You know, I don't know how you guys are, but I am long for life in getting to the bottom of this truth. I rewatch debates. You know, if I'm a nerd in any way, it's researching shit that's already been put out there, and I research it, and it. Multiple sources lead me to the conclusion that we are on the right path. So I am super excited for what this movement represents, where it's taking us, the people that are awakening, the channels that are opening. I have a small channel. That's okay. It's okay. It's not about the channel size. For what I do, it's about being able to get on and express myself and get this shit that I harbor inside of me as I continue to figure out the truths in life, and I have somewhere that I can just explode and say, listen, here's what I think is really going on. But I love this first show. I love your callers, by the way, and I'm gonna let you wrap it up with me here right now. But the callers earlier, you do have a very awoke bunch, Grillin and Dirtbag, and I apologize to the first caller that called because I had tuned in a little late, but This is a good soundboard for truth going forward, man. And I totally appreciate you taking my call late and letting me come on.
Dude, anytime. And it's a pleasure to hear from you, Bill.
It's an honor.
It is. You know, I look forward to your next show. I mean, Bill does have a small channel. And actually, Bill, you probably have as many subscribers as the Patriot Lounge. To be honest, we don't have many subscribers here yet either. But we're gonna change all that with you guys' help.
I'll drink to that.
You know, we're going to spread the word. We're going to get the word out. You know, we're going to bring the sheeple to the water and see if they want to drink and try to, you know, make things understandable to them, you know, without blowing their mind with all kinds of, you know, extraneous stuff that doesn't really matter, you know, break it down for them real simple, right? But I appreciate you calling tonight.
Right.
What do you say, Miss Amy?
Thank you. And I appreciate you taking the call, and thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing more.
Thank you so much, Bill. It's awesome to hear from you. Everybody, Bill is an awesome guy. I hang out at Bill's, and I've been kind of keeping it a secret for a while because it's like my secret hangout where I can kind of like go hang out at Bill's. But like I said before, like I have to share Bill. So
it's not secret anymore.
Anybody here in our chat who wants to go hang out at Bill's, he doesn't have any set time that he goes live. He'll do some random lives, and it's always a really good time. So the Bill show, it was Bill who was just on the phone. I'm sure one of our mods can probably find his link and drop it. The Bill show, you guys sub him and join us next time he goes live. It'll be a good time.
I hang out
Thank
with
you
the
for
Bill
calling.
too.
You're awesome.
I hang out with Bill too. Right?
Yeah. Watch for your hangs out with Bill too.
That's right. I hang out with Bill.
It has been such a good night, you guys. apologize for the technical difficulties in the beginning of the show, but I guess that's to be expected sometimes, especially when you live out in the boondocks and you're dealing with bandwidth issues and storms.
Yeah.
So thank you for sticking it out with us tonight. The callers have been awesome. The loungers have been awesome. The mods have been awesome. You've been awesome, Watchful. Such an honor to be partnering up with you on this amazing channel. Definitely couldn't be doing this without you.
Who are you talking to? Me?
You.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. And Amy, I couldn't do it without you. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So we're a good team. I've always said that. I think we're a good team, and I think we have a lot to bring to all of our friends and to the, YouTube as a whole. And I, wish us continuing success going forward. And I'm sure we're going to have it because I won't have it any other way. Okay?
Awesome.
You know what I mean? We're going to make it happen, people.
Yes. Well, God bless everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. And we will see you Friday for those of you who want to join us. Friday at 12 o'clock noon for the afternoon buzz here on the Patriot Lounge. And then we're also going to be on the DMB Report Saturday at 9 p.m. That is History B's channel. You can also get to History B by subbing DM, who is in our chat tonight. So
that's right.
We look forward to hanging out with you guys much, much more in the future. God bless you all and have a great night.
Thank y'all. And also, I'll be on doing a special report this Thursday on China on my channel, on the Watchful Warrior channel. Hope you guys tune into that. That's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to hit all kinds of topics with China, and we have a special guest that's going to be coming on the show, very knowledgeable, and we're gonna talk about China because that's what's pressing us right now. So, in keeping with my philosophy is that we need to be aware of the things that can harm us. That's going to be an important topic for us to kick around, right, and see what the impacts are to each of our lives with regard to China. What does it mean on the different levels, right? But I want to thank you all for coming out this evening. Especially thank you, Miss Amy. You're a lovely host.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate all my friends in the room. These are all of my bestest buddies on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate you guys so much. Patriots Unite. Hello. I didn't shout you out yet. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here and have a great night, guys.
Thank
you. See you guys next time.
I'll take you out with some music, Miss Amy. And
heck yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. That's to my man Fred.
They said it's over and I'll be okay. They're the only ones who feels this way. Yeah. She tried to tell me, son, you'll be ashamed. She's the only one who feels this way. Yeah. Now I'll travel miles and shed my
See you guys Friday.